Hey, John here with the Trucking with John D channel. In this video, I want to talk about the ELOGs mandate. There's a lot of drivers, not YouTube drivers or YouTube truckers, who are complaining or upset or have a negative opinion about the ELOG or the ELOG mandate. And I've talked to drivers at different customers, different owner operators at different customers who nervous or thinking that the ELOGs will have a detrimental effect on their business or their ability to make money. Me personally, I've been running ELOGs. I've worked for companies that have been running ELOGs since 2011. So I've been on ELOGs since about 2011, 2012, roundabout. And it took some getting used to, but it made, what I like about ELOGs is that it not only forces the driver to run more, be more productive. It not only forces the driver to be legal, it not only forces the driver to manage their driving time and on duty time more efficiently. It also forces dispatch to manage the driver or manage the loads more efficiently, and it also puts the shippers and receivers in a position to where it forces them to, maybe not directly, but it makes them have to adjust the way they do things so that they can get their stuff, well, they can ship loads the way when it needs to be shipped, and so they can receive loads when it needs to be received. What ELOGs does, in my opinion, is it gets that it takes away the ability for dispatch to force a driver to run illegal. Now, the dispatch doesn't tell a driver directly, hey, this load has to be there, do what it takes. Even if you have to run illegal, they know that since you're on ELOGs, if you tell them that you only have an hour left to drive, they know you only have an hour left to drive, period, end of story. There's no way around it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You got an hour left to drive. That's just the way it is. Or if you've been held up at a receiver or a shipper and you're eating until you're 14, and let's say you only got an hour left to work and you're 14, they know that, hey, you ain't gonna be able to drive. Once you get loaded or unloaded, you're gonna have to shut down on site or get to a safe place to shut down once you're empty. So it's not just it's not just the drivers who are affected by ELOGs. It's the industry as a whole. And ELOGs forces the bad drivers, forces the drivers who run illegal to run legal, which I think is a good thing. Me personally, I like the ability to get my full 10-hour break. I like the ability, these are things I did anyway. Even when I was on paper logs, I still took my full 10 hours. I still took my lunch, regardless of what the Congress or whoever else was setting. Because I know how important it is to get rest. I know how important it is to make sure you're eating right when you're out on the road. I know how important it is to make sure you're getting out and stretching your legs and doing things that will keep you alert and productive. So what I like about ELOGs is that it forces, you're not able to cut that 10-hour break short. And there's not a lot of time as it is, but you at least get your whole 10-hour break. In the past, you were able to shorten your break maybe by 30 minutes or start your break 30 minutes later. But now you're forced to take your full 10-hour break. That way you can get stuff done, you can get enough sleep, well, potentially get enough sleep, and you can also get that break because you're forced to take that 30-minute break. A lot of drivers on paper logs will, well, I don't want to speak for a lot of drivers, but I'm pretty sure there are drivers who will just right now penciling in showing that 30-minute break without really taking that 30-minute break. So now this forces you to have to stop the truck and go off duty to get that 30-minute break in. And don't forget, you just take that 30-minute break at the shipper or receiver. So it's not like it's really changing just because you're forced to take that 30-minute break. It's not like it's really changing how productive you can be. So I don't think ELOGs is gonna have an effect, but not the effect that a lot of people think it will have. You know, it's gonna change things as far as, you know, it's gonna be times where you run out of hours and you're still driving. But you know, you're gonna be forced to take a ramp, take your break on the ramp. You're gonna be forced to park illegally. I mean, really, what can you do? You know, because there's times that I ran out of hours and I had to take my break on the ramp because the truck stops were full, rest area was full. So you got to do what you got to do. And I typically, in the past, I wouldn't take a break. I didn't start shutting down on ramps until I went on E-logs, because on paper logs I had the cushion to push on to the next truck stop, rest area, depending on how far away it was. But since the E-logs, like I said, forces you to be legal, which is good, because the whole point of these safety associations and trucking association, all these different associations, you know, the Mothers Against Tired Truckers or whatever they call, you know, they're doing it because they don't want tired, fatigued truckers in the position to where they can potentially not only kill themselves but hurt and kill other people. And safety is our #1 job out here on the road. It should be what we put before anything else, is being safe and not hurting ourselves or anyone else while we're out here. So with the E-logs, not only does it force you to be safe, but it also gives a record of where you are and when you were there, so that you can't be accused or put in a position that can make you basically lose your job, lose your career, lose money, lose your life, lose your freedom. So like I said, safety should be our #1 concern. And in my opinion, E-logs forces drivers to be safer than they usually would be. Some people say that, well, since they'll be pressed for time, since they know that they'll be on the clock with the E-logs, then you'll have more drivers driving recklessly or driving fast to get to their destination. Well, you're going to have that anyway. Whether they're on logs, off logs, there are no logs, you're going to have drivers that's going to drive fast, drive recklessly to make the most money they can in the time they have. And what I think E-logs will do is cut back on those kind of drivers, because it'll hold them back a little bit as far as what they can do as far as driving recklessly and fudging numbers. And there are some tricks to making the E-log work in the driver's favor if you need to push another 5 miles to get to a safe place to park. But that varies from system to system, so I can't go into it in this video, and I don't condone anyone doing that. But there are ways, if you were in a position, instead of shutting down on the side of the road, that you could push another mile, 5 miles to get to a safe place to park. So that's all I got to say in this video. I hope that I helped you get a better understanding of what E-logs may be like if you aren't on those already. But that's just my experience, and it hasn't had a detrimental effect on my ability to make money. If anything, I've made the most money since I've been on E-logs than running paper logs. So I don't think it's going to affect your income in a way that it's going to hurt you. If anything, companies will adjust their pay to compensate drivers, because they have to they are more restricted in their time, the times they can work and run. So I think more companies are going to adjust their pay structure to compensate drivers more fairly because of the stringent rules of E-logs. So So yeah, that's it for this video. If you got some value out of it, like it, share it, subscribe to this channel, and check out the mystery link below this video. I'll talk to you again soon.